Hey you guys, it's Bri tonight. We're here with a little update on the not so resilient Jenkins and their eviction process. Stephanie is big mad. She is extra salty, and she is wondering how public information is not private. Very weird. Either way, we're going to talk for a few minutes. So if you're interested, please keep watching. All right, you guys. So Stephanie said that she honestly wanted to know how internet trolls get away with what they do. So we're going to have a conversation about it. This is very low-hanging fruit and quite easy to understand for most of us that exist online. And I am not a troll, but I will speak for people whom have given their opinion about this very public persona that she has put out on social media that has been laced with mistreatment and, in my opinion, putting her children in harm's way and putting her and her husband's personal desires and needs above their own kids. So let's start with this post that she put on Facebook. She said, "How do internet trolls get away with what they do? I honestly want to know." So, Stephanie, I doubt that you'll see this video, but if you do, put your listening ears on because we're going to have a conversation about it. She continued, "How can you legally tap into someone's personal information and share it and not fall into legal actions? Privacy is still a thing, and those who choose to invade privacy should be held accountable." Privacy that she is referring to is people exposing the very public court documents and court case that has to do with her hubby, Drew, getting evicted from their one-bedroom apartment where they are exceeding maximum capacity. They are not... Allegedly, they're not paying their rent, and that's what this all boils down to. But let's continue. How is it anyone's business what kind of debt a family is in? And how about instead of publicizing someone's life and breaking them down for it, you either shut your mouth or choose to help? Karma has some catching up to do with a lot of you. I will not be taking threats on my family lightly. So let's scoot back a little bit as far as saying what kind of debt a family has. So, Steph, I'm not sure if you realize how residential leases work, but the way that a lease works is you say, "Hello, landlord or property management company, I would like to pay you for a place to live. And I have this many people that are going to be living in the unit, so on and so forth." You get the keys, you move in, and you are on a contract with that person or property management company that you are agreeing to pay this amount in rent every month. There's usually a 5-day grace period. If you do not pay your rent by the 5th of the month, they can legally, in a lot of states, start the eviction process. So this has nothing to do with airing out someone's debt, airing out something that should have been kept private. This is not saying, which does happen a lot on social media, but this is not that. This is y'all being neglectful, lazy, entitled adults choosing to not fulfill your duties as renters. Your landlord or property management company saying, "We are not going to tolerate this from Steph and Drew. Therefore, we are taking you to court and we are going to evict you." Now, moving on to the part where she's talking about publicizing someone's life and breaking them down and basically being a bunch of mean trolls on the internet. If somebody calling out your neglectful parenting that you put on a public social media site is publicizing someone's life and, making them feel bad about it. You are dumber than I thought. You're simply dumber than I thought, Steph. And honestly, the bar was not super high as far as what kind of moral integrity makeup you had, because I saw what kind of mother you were. And going off of that, I had my mind made up, but I allowed time to pass, and y'all had every opportunity to utilize the money that you're making on TikTok, do better, move, secure a better place, do something for the sake of your children. One, which is literally about to arrive, and the poor baby has no crib, no nursery, no anything. But as a reminder, Drew has a fancy gaming chair, and you have a vegetable slicer and a blender and all kinds of fancy stuff in the kitchen. You have shown everybody whom you are publicly. So that is not publicizing anything. You publicized it. You did that. I also want to focus on this post that she also put on Facebook. And she talks about how she doesn't make a lot of money on TikTok, which in my opinion is just another fabrication. This is a way for her to excuse the fact that she and Drew are very bad with money, very selfish, and refuse to utilize the money in a way that most responsible parents would, and that is putting their kids first, putting their kids' needs above their own. But let's get into this post. She said, "We've had a great deal of people ask why we don't use the funds I've made on TikToks to move. TikTok is about to be gone from what I hear, and I barely make much on there as is." Number one, I don't know. The common answer would have been, we're under a lease and we can't break the lease right now. But that is our next step, is to make sure that we have more space for our children to grow, because we can't stop reproducing. She continued, "Why would it be wise to stake our living situation on those means? I'm genuinely curious if the people bringing it up even think that far. As of now, I don't receive earnings through any other app. This post feels a bit vulnerable, but I'm not one to fake authenticity. Like I've mentioned before, as soon as we are in a good position to move, it's the first thing we're doing." Okay, so if you are in a position that you want to move, then I would think that making sure that paying your rent at your current place would kind of be like on the list somewhere. I'm not even going to say first on the list. You couldn't even hold down the one bedroom that you're in. And you're talking about you're not making money, which we know is not true. You've received many things from the public by, again, publicizing your life. You want to come back and make these posts as if somebody just went out and exposed your entire family tree and put out a bunch of info that should have never been seen by the internet. You did all of this, and you and Drew are having the day that you deserve. The only reason that I hold pity and heartache is for the children that you chose to take down with y'all. So if Steph is of the mindset that people making videos, giving an opinion, calling out her bad parenting, talking about a very public court case that is going to be unfolding, that are all public documents, if she is of that mindset, there's not a whole lot that can be said to make her realize what's going on. And I believe that there are people out there that will buy into this because of the children. If it was just her and Drew, I don't think that people would at least not a lot of people, would feel too bad for her. But unfortunately, even now, through this eviction process, she is going to utilize her kids as pawns in order to get sympathy from the public in form of monetary donations. As far as her saying, why would it be wise to stake our living condition on those means? Ma'am, you have made a lot of money off TikTok going back months ago. This is not something that just happened in the last week and people are expecting some kind of like grand entrance of an overnight refresh where you have a new place. You have had months to show that you are going to get paid on TikTok and do better. So you haven't done that, and now you're being evicted. I would strongly suggest, I know this won't happen, she and Drew are they're in an absolute position right now where they both need to be working full time, or they are literally going to be on the streets with their children. But unfortunately, like most things in life, you cannot force somebody to do better, be better, make changes, even if it's for the sake of their children. These are two adults that have to make that choice for themselves, knowing that it is going to literally save their kids. This is so sad, and it is not any ounce of sad because of Steph and Drew. But if she thinks that she's going to fight creators because they're making videos, then good luck with that. But no matter what happens going forward, you and Drew have the day that you deserve. And that's how I feel for now. So if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.